Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kristian Nelson, and today I just kind of wanted to talk with you about some recent how my life has been recently, just to catch people up. Um, First of all, I passed my college algebra class, so I passed my math class, and I'm pretty sure that since I applied to graduate, since I have enough credits now, my math class was like the last class that I had to do. It was part of my general education requirements. So I have my transcript here, but um, yeah, it says general education requirements, so I needed to do at least college algebra, and I passed my final. And the reason why I had to take those like later on in December and early January is because even though I had signed up for the fall, Hurricane Ian ravaged the entire area really badly. So I was forced to take an incomplete for the class, and I sort of just spent so much time studying the material to see that if I could pass, and I finally just you know took the test, and I got a passing score on the exam, and I emailed my instructor or the professor, and I told him that I had made it through the course, that I had completed the course, and he got back to me and said congratulations. And in fact, it seems like you got like a high enough score that I can round it up to a B. So I was very happy about that. That means that I have all A's and B's on my transcript except for one C in Windows Server. But yeah, I got an A in my where is the where is it? Yeah, I got an A in cloud services. I got an A in Java programming. I got an A in SQL implementation. SQL implementation was in spring of 2022. Java programming 1 was in summer of 2022, summer of last year. And cloud services was in the fall. Um, so I also did, let's see, I got an A in current issues in computing. I got an A in programming concepts. I got an A in network infrastructure security, which was a fun class. And one of my favorite classes was Linux system administration. I got an A in that as well. Um, and I got an A in wireless networks. So I had a little bit of an issue with the fact that I had to do network specialization options. So I chose the network administration specialization courses, and none of them were available. Like it was like Windows Server 2 and 3, where I had SQL implementation, and I did that, got an A, and I tried to sign up for the other courses, but they weren't available. It's because the school is not offering them anymore. So I got in touch with the person who's in charge of my STEM program. Um, and he said, okay, so what we'll do is we'll do course substitutions. So I'll do, he said, just take Java programming and take cloud services, and then we'll get those substituted on. But then once I took the classes, they, for some reason, they weren't showing up in my transcript, my online degree works. So what I ended up doing was I ended up messaging the office of the registrar and getting them to work on that. So they got like all this paperwork here for exceptions. You can see that all of these exceptions, and here as well, where I had to literally I had to contact the office of the registrar and have them manually override that because of they switched over. They updated the DegreeWorks program, so it was kind of buggy, is what they were telling me. So it looks like I am going to be able to walk for my associate in science network systems technology in May, which I'm thrilled about. I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm thrilled that I passed the math, and I could not be any happier. Oh, I just realized I had some buttons on my shirt. Buttons on my shirt. It's a brand new shirt. I went to, you can see that polo logo. I went to Marshall's, and I was searching for clothes that I could wear, because you got to wear special clothes for commencement. So I went and got some commencement clothes. I got this white button down, and this is like Ralph Lauren polo. So this is like $100 shirt, but I got it for like $20. And I got some trousers. I got some black trousers, and I couldn't find any shoes in my size, because my size shoe is actually size 14. And I actually I would prefer to wear wide shoes, so I had to go searching online. So what I did is I went online. I found on DXL.com, and none of this is sponsored. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I found that they had shoes that I like, that are some like black leather slip-on shoes, dress shoes, and they were about $100. So I didn't quite have the money for it. So what I did was I did PayPal Pay in 4. So I just made a payment of $25, which I can afford. And so now every 2 weeks, I think I'm going to be paying $25 until it's paid. But I got the shoes. I got a Guess leather belt that I got at Marshall's, and I got the clothes. So all I need to do now is go to the campus, and I need to purchase the cap and gown for the ceremony, which again, I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to walk for the ceremony. I signed up for the traditional ceremony, and I'm going to be graduating, and I'm absolutely thrilled about that. I could not emphasize that enough. So there's that, and there's also the fact that the hurricane recovery, we've been the first thing that we noticed once the electricity got turned back on is that the AC system wasn't working properly. So we had to have somebody come out real quick and have a look at it. They said it's the capacitor on the AC unit, and so we had to buy a brand new capacitor for the AC unit that was like $750. We got a good price on it, I think, with the parts and labor. And they actually they found a part that fit, and they got it right out to us. They got it same day. They looked at it. So they did an excellent job, and that was from Grace AC. And let's see here. So here's my RSVP to attend my graduation. I printed that up as a PDF. It's got timestamps on it so that I can prove that I RSVP'd. And so now I've got what else is coming up? I've got the CompTIA A Plus that I'm recertifying for the CompTIA A Plus. It should be pretty easy compared to other certification exams, but I have been nevertheless studying for a month or 2 months, say, and I found a nice channel on YouTube. Professor Messer, he has A plus content and Network plus content. So I'm going to be doing the A plus exam, and the A Plus Core 1 and the Core 2 in the following week. And then after that, by about a week, I'm going to be taking the Network Plus. And I already passed the A Plus and the Network Plus when I went to SCTI. Now it's STC, or Suncoast Technical College, but it used to be SCTI up in Sarasota. And I went there every day for a year in 2014 and studied. And I got my A Plus and Network Plus, but they only last for 3 years. The certifications only last for 3 years. So, I have to renew that. So that's going to go on my resume. My degree is going to go on my resume. I've got to re-upload my resume. I got to basically work on that. I'm just going to work on. I'm gonna do it in Word. I'm not gonna hire a service. Someone liked my comment. So, let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a new iPhone with my tax returns. What I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna get my tax returns, and because I drive for a living, I'm gonna get a pretty good amount of money back. If it's anything like last year, I'm going to use the same accountant to file or prepare my taxes, and I'm going to pay them for it, and I'm going to get my refund. I think it's going to be, if it is anything like last year, I'll be able to straight up afford to buy a new iPhone completely. To completely buy it out without having to finance it through T-Mobile. But yeah, getting back to the hurricane. The hurricane really ravaged the area, but we're about 20 feet above water in South Venice. Not the whole thing. Actually, some parts of South Venice did flood, but we didn't. The street flooded, but then the flood waters went elsewhere because we're about 20 feet above water on our street. So the only thing is it knocked out the AC. We think that the refrigerator is on the fritz a little bit because it's been making these noises. It's been working. We actually called Samsung because it's a Samsung refrigerator. We called Samsung, and Samsung told us that the refrigerator should be okay, should be just fine. Despite the fact that it's making noises, it normally does that. So we're actually going to see if we can have some of the FEMA money to maybe look at replacing the refrigerator. Even though Samsung said it's okay, we think that we would like to replace it. But more importantly, our fence blew down. So the fence, we had to have the fence completely removed, and luckily the county provided free debris removal. So they removed all that debris. We moved the fence out to the front, and all that debris was taken care of. So we hired someone to put in the fence posts, and now we're gonna have the actual panels installed. We're hoping, again, we just heard back from FEMA like 5 months later, and they said that they're going to look at getting us how much we're going to be eligible for within the next 7 to 10 days. And we're going to also be eligible for like an SBA loan. And so I don't think we're going to have like a pool installed, but we'll definitely be able to, if we do, we'll be able to afford to look at having the fence installed. We already had the front door replaced completely because the front door was made of wood, and it got completely jammed shut from all the water. So we got a much nicer fiberglass door, and we painted that as well. And it's just super nice door. And we also replaced the we replaced the windows on this house about a week before. Like, it took 9 months for them to make the windows and get them to us. Somebody from Miami drove all the way up to Venice, and he and his pal, or his understudy, they or apprentice, installed all the windows on our house, and they're like hurricane proof windows. So that was incredibly good that we had the hurricane proof windows installed literally about a week before, like the seals had just solidified like previously to when it started raining. So our house did rather good. Although we do want to see if we can have the roof, the shingles on the roof replaced. Not the entire roof, but the shingles on the roof. I've seen, there was one house a couple streets down that the roof had just completely blown off the house. And people are working on that as well. But that is... I've been working, driving. I mop up a pizza joint. Basically, I do pretty well actually at it. I do really well at it because I'm focused, and I get stuff done, and I make pretty decent money. I'm not gonna say how much I make, but it can be, you can earn better than $20 an hour doing pizza deliveries. But and things have been going pretty well with my coworkers, and I'm happy about that. But they know that I'm going to be graduating and moving on. I told them my graduation is in May, so I'll be looking for something. Hopefully, I actually learned about a job opportunity, for example, where a service for radiology that my mom uses at her work. She found out about a possible job opportunity working remotely. So I'd love to work remotely, to avoid the commute. But I've also seen that there are several help desk jobs up in Sarasota that I could possibly basically take. My first job in IT would be like help desk, so I could do help desk, and I'm really excited about that because help desk can pay really good. So like currently I'm making about $20 an hour, and I want to try to double it. Basically, I want to try to double it or do better. I want to see if I can make between 40 and 50K, right out the gate. And I think that it's possible to actually do that doing help desk. I see there's some part-time jobs that don't really appeal to me, but I think with the A+, the Network Plus, and the AS, Network Systems Technology, I'll be doing pretty good. That, and also, besides Professor Messer, I've also been watching Edureka, which is, if you've never heard of that channel, you should look it up because they have a lot of educational content. And there's also skills build training, but they haven't released as many like long form videos as Edureka, where Mohammed Zubair of Skills Build Training, he does an excellent job. He's incredible. He's just so good at what he does, and but he makes videos that are about 15, 20 minutes, anywhere between 5 and 20 minutes. And the videos are educational, which is good. But he makes a lot of Linux videos as well, which I really enjoy learning about Linux. But Edureka makes a variety of very specific technology related videos that I enjoy listening to while I drive, and I can spend hours driving each night full time, and but what I also like to do is I like to listen to NASA TV, because NASA, it's free. I pay for a YouTube subscription, but it's basically free, so I don't get commercials, but you don't have to pay anything extra for it. And the only thing is, there's a lot of reruns. They rerun a lot of shows, so if you tune in 2 nights in a row, you might be watching the same show on the channel. That, and I'm super happy about the fact that my sister said that she wants to quit smoking cigarettes, this is great. This is fantastic. I've wanted her to quit smoking cigarettes for some time now, and hopefully she succeeds at quitting smoking cigarettes. She said that she wanted to hire a hypnotist, so she was going to do a series of Zoom calls with a hypnotist, and she was going to hypnotize herself into quitting smoking. I thought what she could do, because I didn't really believe in hypnosis. I don't really think that somebody could be hypnotized into quitting smoking cigarettes. If they don't really want to quit smoking cigarettes, they're going to continue to do so. But she seems like she genuinely wants to stop smoking cigarettes, so maybe that will help her as a crutch. But I thought that she'd be a lot better off getting something like the patch or the gum, the chewing gum. So that, and I have been reading a lot of news, I guess. Well, actually, most of the news that I get is like from Twitter, and I have a Twitter account, but most of it is there's a lot of advertisement. There's a lot of news about every little thing. Like if Elon Musk farts, like they'll say, "Oh, he farted and it smelled like cabbage," or something like that. And I'm exaggerating, but this is a lot of. And then there's a lot of people that just like praise him. Absolutely. I've tried asking him, if he wants to work on some kind of like anti-gravity for Tesla. Do you think that Tesla could be a flying car? But he never got back to me, because you know what? I'm not really verified. I don't have a blue check mark. I don't pay $8 a month. Like, I have so many subscriptions already, I'm kind of stretched thin. I had to, get rid of some. But I still have Netflix. And I watched The Glass Onion. Was a great movie. That's a Knives Out Glass Onion. That was a great movie. And I've also been watching a little bit of Vikings. And so I have a payday advance out. And once I pay that back, I plan on paying it back on time. Should be no problem. But once I get that paid, I want to, before I switch jobs after May, probably sometime in June, which in June it'll be my 5-year anniversary of starting to work at Papa John's here in Venice and Inglewood, but mostly in Venice. But this particular franchise, I plan on getting another payday advance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy an iPad, and I was doing some shopping, and I was comparing technical specifications, and I think what I would probably go with I could get the iPad Mini, but what I would want to go with is the iPad, just regular iPad, ninth generation with the 256 gigabyte storage. So I would want to go with that, and probably in silver. I'll probably have it engraved because I'll buy it from Apple. I don't mind paying um, full price for a pristine, brand new product. Um, if it's within that price range, especially. But actually, I do also shop around. I got my mom a refurbished MacBook Air, and it's very similar. It's almost exactly the same as the MacBook Air that I bought for myself last year, and so I bought two Apple laptops last year, to MacBook Airs, and I'm very happy with them. Although I don't use them all the time because I still have my Lenovo Windows machine, and I use that for school. And now that school's kind of over for me, I I guess I use it for studying still. Especially this, like right now I have Professor Messer on. I'm kind of watching a server message block net BIOS over TCP/IP. And I kind of thumbed through my CompTIA A plus and A plus book that like I have an all-in-one by Michael Myers, by this author named Myers, which he has some videos, but he really, like, he's into selling books. Like, he's not quite the same as Professor Messer, where Professor Messer just wants to, he just wants to provide you with like a lot of content for free, where you can learn, and you can buy, you can go to his website and actually buy, and again, I'm not sponsored, but you can buy courses, and they can get like a practice test, a practice exam for this. But you can also go through McGraw-Hill and then get CompTIA A plus and Network Plus books, like I have. But actually, these ones are for the previous generation of tests, of exams. So now I'm studying for the 1101 instead of the 1001, and I had to check that. That's pretty much how things have been. That's how I've been staying busy. That's what I've been up to lately in the past 6 months or so. And hopefully I will be trying to, now that I'm done with the school, the intense working full time, and then having the school where I did like 8 classes last year. It took all of my time, so I had no time, or other than sleeping, for doing YouTube. So hopefully I'll be able to do more vlogging or updates or whatever you call it, just videos. And if you like my content, if you made it this far, please consider subscribing. Please like and comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And with that being it, I'd like to say have a nice day, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.